Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Shalom to all the brothers doing the work of Syrian truth. Um, yeah, got this article on AP News talking about Will and Kate basically going down to the Caribbean and you got some Jakes down there. They're getting a bit roused up. They're getting a bit riled up, and they're basically asking, for reparations. So it said Jamaicans shun UK royal visit, demand slavery reparations, and they ain't get no goddamn reparations, man. Even if you do, and that might get slung out. Who knows? It might very well be a thing that materializes, but even then, um, says, will you render me a recompense? If you render me a recompense swiftly and speedily, it will be returned upon your own head, man. That recompense ain't gonna do shit. As far as now, it's like for all Esau's crimes, the judgment's been set. It's writ in the word's gone out. It's been recorded, and now it's just a matter of playing it out. So those are things that are basically gonna go down regardless. So, and that's the thing is, Jake is not a priority, man. Pleasing some jamos ain't the priority, man. So it says dozens of well-known leaders in Jamaica, including professors and politicians, are demanding an apology and slavery reparations as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge prepare for a trip to the former British colony. The group is rejecting a visit of Prince William and Kate, scheduled for Tuesday, part of a larger trip to the Caribbean region that coincides with the 60th anniversary of Jamaica's independence, and the 70th anniversary to the ascension of the throne by Queen Elizabeth II. We see no reason to celebrate 70 years of the ascension of your grandmother to the British throne, because her leadership and that of her predecessors have perpetuated the greatest human rights tragedy in the history of mankind. Yeah, bunning around on that. But bro, this is the joke, man. I remember seeing this shit when these men were in the South Pacific. That's Will and Kate. These men are getting carried around, man. Look at Kate, man. Got some dark skinned dudes carrying her around on a fucking throne, in the sun. Like, what the fuck? This is what these men are dealing with. Like, so I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck y'all expecting, man. That's the thing. Is like the British monarchy. That shit is set up, man. That's part of that deals with a line. More, these guys go back to the Rothschilds, man. These guys are linked in with top amounts of power. The UK is the base of the elites. So these guys over here, they're on a certain kind of level. They ain't just gonna, be like, oh no, just fold. These guys are gonna fob that shit off cleanly. That's part of doing your job as a British royal. So Meghan had to fucking scarper, because it's just like, yo, just some any. she didn't realize the scale of a magnitude of what she was dealing with. She thought she was just gonna come in and be able to, flatter her way or do whatever to kind of deal with things a certain way. She didn't realize now she's dealing with things of a higher order. So it says, we see no reason to celebrate. Well, okay, no, I read that one. So it says, a human rights tragedy, a man died of humankind. Read a letter published Sunday ahead of the couple's visit and signed by 100 Jamaican leaders. The week-long royal tour of Central America and the Caribbean that began on Saturday was taken at the behest of the Queen, who is William's grandmother. The trip aims to strengthen British ties with Commonwealth countries But it's off to a rocky start and comes as some countries consider cutting ties to the monarchy, like the Eastern Caribbean island of Barbados did in November. Yeah, but a lot of these jakes you got over in them islands, guys are fucking coons, man. Them guys love up, some Britain, some Queen. They're looking to come over here and and live the life. But hey, fuck Alright. Yeah, they're looking to just come over here and be able to do what they want to do. But ain't gonna be so well, they're realizing these guys aren't liked. Local opposition forced the royal couple to cancel a visit to a cacao farm in Belize that was planned for Saturday, while the upcoming trip to Jamaica has angered some who say they are still waiting for an apology and slavery reparation. Well, these men are not. they ain't just gonna come over and fold, man. That's what I find amusing. Is like Jake's try uh a lot of these jakes they still haven't stumbled upon the reason for their predicament, man. They're thinking like, oh, you fucked us over. I'm like, bruh, y'all, like, that was something that was set up by the Most High, man. Jake had to pay um for the crimes they'd done, man. They'd broken the law. But then what? Jamaican lawmaker Mike Henry, who has long led an effort to obtain reparation, the estimates of more than £7 billion, more than that, told the Associated Press in a phone interview that an apology is only the first step for what he described as an abuse of human life and labor. That's the thing is Esau's MO is always they're trying to do they're trying to pretend that shit never happened. That shit don't exist. That shit was never a thing. Yeah. So you got there's a clip on YouTube of some Benjamite over here on I think it was Channel 4. I have a Channel 4 BBC, and it was she was trying to stick it on some an MP saying like, oh, we need to talk about reparations. Which, Esau, that's the thing, is reparations is a word in Esau's vocabulary. Like, when it always gets mentioned is how after World War II, Japanese were put in like concentration camps over in the US. Them guys got the reparations. Meanwhile, Jake got sharecropping. Funny as hell. But it shows. There's no love. Esau ain't got no love. Esau ain't looking towards Jake like, oh, and inclining their heart towards them and trying to make it right. Jake, bro, them men are just well, I'll read it. Hosea 8:8. Israel swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. Yeah. Now, like I said, them guys got utilized. They did, what he estimated at 7 billion. It's definitely more than that. Not to mention like all the death and generational destruction that Esau visited, the destruction of identity of who we are. Basically destroying, even the knowledge that we're the Israelites from us. But then what? Just after all that use they got from Jake, putting Jake in hardcore bondage, making him into a commodity. Then what? They were just a vessel. They're just there, man. They were left over. Them man were just like the froth left in the pint glass after you chug it, after you drink a beer. Like all the leftover, stainage on the side of the glass, man. That's what Jake are as far as to the society. And that's what Jake realized these things, but they're trying everything in their power to find some form of means, well, some form of love from the heathen and some form of recognition or position state within society, man. But they don't realize the reason they're fucked there's a spectacular reason. Deuteronomy 28:15, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. That's it. The curses came upon them and overtook them. That's what Aguan. Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from the one end of the earth even unto the other, and there shalt thou serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. Yeah. Benjamin out there worshipping all forms of madness, man. These guys are worshipping some random Hamite, man. Just some Hamite that took a title upon himself, trying to basically find a position, trying to bolt himself onto the lineage of King Solomon. But bro, he was just a Hamite. But that's someone who Benjamin's now holding in regard, because why? They've gone in the way of madness. That Cesare Borgia, man. That's in that Serapis spirit. That's what these Jake are out here worshiping. That's what they're putting their mind into. That's what they're holding in esteem. So it's no surprise. Jake has been destroyed, man. Man are scattered, man. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. Man out here worshipping the wooden stone. All form of madness. That's what they're chasing after. But what? It's yeah, it's lame. Cause you still ain't got a place. Still a nobody out here. That's why these guys are, crying the reparation or blah. These guys don't give a fuck about you, man. That's what Jake needs to realize. These heathens are not holding you in any regard. You're a novelty, man. If you want any form of justice or righteousness on earth, the only way you're gonna get is through Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's the only means by which it's gonna come about. Esau's not built for justice. Esau's not built for righteousness. Even if he attempts it, all it's gonna do is come through, laced with wickedness, because that's all he can do. The wicked was made for what? The day of evil. But yeah, shalom. Shalom.